What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be doing another in-depth tutorial which I haven't done in a while, but this time on the new hero Brody. Alright, Brody. He's gonna be a semi-tank. He's more of like a support marksman, I guess. Support marksman at mid. You could also play him as a gold lane marksman, full damage, but you know, I prefer him being played as support marksman at mid. Before we start the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell button so you guys have notifications whenever I go live and I upload analysis and tutorials, alright? So let's go on to the mechanics section. I'll see you guys in practice mode in a bit. Let's talk about Brody's passive first, because I think it's very, very important. Alright, so Brody's passive, one of his passive is that as long as you auto attack, you can go further back just like so. As long as you auto attack the enemy once, like as long as they're on your range of vicinity, you can actually move back a little bit and it'll still proc that auto attack, right? For example, if I try to auto attack Zilong right now and flicker out, that auto attack will still hit, watch. Just like so, right? It doesn't matter if they're super far, that auto attack will hit. So that's part of Brody's passive. Plus he can move while he's auto attacking just like this. Not so much like Irithel, because you stop as soon as you punch, but you know, he moves a little bit, so he's harder to hit except for when he punches. All right, he's stationary when that happens. Another part of Brody's passive is the abyss mark. All right, maximum of 4 stacks, 4 abyss marks on an enemy. The more abyss marks you put on an enemy, like for example, if I auto attack an enemy, it deals 1 abyss mark, just like so. If I use my first skill on Zilong right now, I add another abyss mark, just like so. And if I use my second skill, it also adds an abyss mark actually, just like so. All right, and then the more abyss mark you have on the enemy, the more damage you deal. 3,000, 3,225, right? And it really depends if you crit as well. So yeah, that depends if you crit as well. Let's talk about the first skill, alright? So for the first skill, the passive is self-explanatory. The more stacks, the more damage you do. So for your first skill, it actually slows enemies down, alright? And I think the more people that you hit your first skill with, the more stacks you put into an enemy. Like for example, here, damage bot. If there's 3 Zilongs over here, let's see how many abyss marks we could put. The people behind of the first Zilong, alright, gets 3 abyss mark, but the people in front gets 1. Alright, so the more units you pass through, your first skill passes through, the more marks the people behind will get. Alright, so to be more precise, let's try this. This Zilong over here in front of me should get 1. The second Zilong should get 2 abyss marks, and the third Zilong should get 3 abyss marks with my first skill. Just like so, as you can see. Right there, see? Right? So that's another thing that a lot of people don't know, so make sure you take advantage of that. I'm pretty sure it works on minions as well. I can't really try it out right now, but I'm pretty sure it works on minions as well. And like I said, it deals more damage, adds abyss marks, and it slows them down. So if you're chasing someone, this is a really good skill to use. And it passes through minions and units. Heroes as well. Also jungle monsters. Okay, so keep that in mind. So let's talk about Brody's second skill this time. Brody's second skill is gonna be your stun, your main escape. Alright, you're gonna use this if someone's like really closing into you. Like let's say Roger's chasing you, you want to use your second skill to run away. For example, Roger's chasing me towards this direction, right, where I'm running from, and then let's just act like the Zilong is Roger, and then I use second skill, and then wherever the direction of your directional pad is, which is your analog stick right here, that's where you'll dash. You get 1 extra dash afterwards, right? If I'm chasing Zilong, this Zilong right now, and he's going towards this direction right here, alright, what I would do is second skill and directional pad forward, right, instead of backwards, because that's where he's gonna be. I want to be closer to him so he doesn't run away. This also has a stun, by the way. This has a little bit of stun. Alright, if we try it on a normal bot, it stuns them for like, let's see, what's the precise second? 1.2 seconds, alright, that's the precise seconds right there. You want to max out the first skill first though. Max out first skill. So this is gonna be your main escape ability, or main escape skill, second skill. Alright, max out first skill for damage, adding on abyss marks and poke. And then for your ulti, let's talk about the ulti. So for your ulti, you become invulnerable, kind of like a 1-1 ulti for like, how long? Let's see. Do we have an exact number here? It doesn't really say how long, but you are invulnerable for like a second. It's really fast. So you can also use your ulti to dodge like kicks, setups. You can outplay with your ulti if you use it with the correct timing. Alright? Also, your ulti does more damage the more abyss marks you have on the enemy. So let's try it on a normal bot instead. Right there. 1. And then if I ulti, right? 513 and 300 something. I couldn't really see the second number. But if I have more abyss marks, alright? Remove bot, normal bot. Alright, if we have more abyss marks, it will do more damage. It's gonna proc more. You know what I mean? Instead of it hitting twice, it proc 4 times because of the abyss marks. Hopefully you guys saw that. I can't really show you guys a good demonstration as to, oh, it does more damage. But it does. It shows on the passive, right? It shows on the passive. Plus, you are invulnerable for a second, alright? So that's all for the mechanics. As you can see, whenever he goes Super Saiyan like that, he's invulnerable. That's it for the mechanics section. I'll give you guys some tips and tricks on the next section. It might be repetitive, but we'll go over it again. Alright, I'll see you guys in the tips and tricks section. The first tip, use your first skill to poke and try to put as much marks on the enemy with your first skill. That's pretty self-explanatory, hopefully. So another tip would be poking with your auto attack. Don't be afraid to go near. Auto attack, run away just like so. Auto attack, run away just like so. You know, keep your distance as far as possible. Every time you do this, you get free poke, pretty much free poke. All right. So as long as you auto attack, and then even if you flicker out, it will still punch. He will still punch. So that's one thing why Brody is so good at early game to mid game. His harass and poke game is super good. Second tip, use your second skill to escape. Let's say the Zilong is chasing me, I second skill and then I stun him for a little bit. Your second skill has a stun. You could also use your second skill to cancel a lot of ultis. For example, Kadita ulti. You can actually cancel Kadita ulti with Brody's second skill. Alright? But you need to time it correctly. If Kadita actually ults and then it has like a time where she charges up or goes in just like so, you need to stun her before that, and it gets cancelled, alright? It gets cancelled. Same with like Tigreal ulti, for example. Tigreal ulti tries to charge up with a sword, but if you use Brody's second skill, you can cancel it. So make sure you use your second skill to cancel a lot of things, alright? You can make outplays with your second skill. Another tip. Second skill, you can chase with your second skill by actually dashing with your directional pad, alright? Directional pad. So if you use a second skill on an enemy, wherever your directional pad is after your dash in to the enemy, that's where you're gonna be dashing out. For example, I'm chasing the Zilong and I want to be close to his base because that's where he's going at, right? That's where he's running towards. So I want to put my directional pad in front instead of back. Alright, so second skill, back if you're running away. You could also outplay, like for example, if they think you're gonna back and there's like a Gwyn, she's trying to predict where you're gonna be, you could second skill side, just like so, right? You know, there's many options. Really depends on the situation. Alright, next tip. Your ulti does more damage when the enemies are low, and the more stacks they have, the more times it will proc. For example, I have 1 stack on Zilong, right? And then I use my ulti, it will only have 2 procs. As you will see, it'll be like little numbers. 2 procs, right there. 2 numbers, right? 2 3-digit numbers. But let's try it with 4 stacks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, now this time, this will proc 4 times. Or maybe more, 5 times maybe. Alright, let's see. As you can see, a lot of numbers right there. There was even a 4-digit number, as you can see. Right? So, yes, try to use your ulti when the enemies are low as possible. But you need to be in their vicinity. Alright? If you're not close enough, it will not work if you're not close enough. Alright? So make sure you're in that range of your ulti with the circle. Alright? And if you ulti without anybody nearby, you're gonna fuck it up. You're gonna waste it. So make sure you know the range. You memorize the range of Brody. Alright? Also, when you ulti, you have invulnerability. Kind of like a 1-1. They can't hit you. When 1-1 ultis, right, you're in the air, they can't hit you. Same thing with Brody, but 1-1 ulti is way longer. Brody ulti is just like a second. So you can outplay people with that. For example, Chu's gonna try to kick you, and he's about to knock you up. But then you ulted, he actually cannot hit you while you're charging up like that. You can do outplay potentials with Brody's second skill. Another example, Atlas ulti. Right? Atlas is about to ult you, and then out of nowhere, you timed it correctly and then you ulted. You can actually dodge it. Alright? You can dodge it with your ulti. Another tip right here is you could actually use your second skill to go through walls by using these jungle monsters if you do it correctly. So it's really hard right here. Let's see. Yeah, it's really hard to do right here. Maybe right here. We'll try it on this minion. Right there, just like so. It depends on the situation. It's hard to pull off. Really hard to pull off. Kind of like Riven from League, where you jump over the wall. You really have to be close to the wall if you want to pull it off. Just like so, right? It only works on small walls, but then again, you could use it to outplay. That millisecond really counts. You could use it to juke people and all that. Your ulti also works on turtles, I believe. So the more marks you do on objectives, the more damage it will do. And the less HP the turtle has or the lord has, the more damage your ulti will do. Alright, so make sure you know that, okay? That's about it for my tips and tricks. I don't have anything else. For the Brody players out there that knows how to play Brody well as well, make sure to drop down on the comment section if you have any more tips and tricks that I missed out on, alright? So more abyss marks, more damage, less HP, more damage on your ulti. I'll see you guys in the item section, spell section, and the emblem section, alright? See you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so here we are on the emblem section of the video. There are many emblem choices for Brody. So the first emblem is gonna be the marksman emblem. Okay, you could go for crit here, which is super strong for Brody. When you build this crit emblem with Berserker's Fury, oh man, his poke really freaking hurts. For the talent, you can either take Electro Flash or Weapon Master. Really up to you, but I think Electro Flash gives you more sustain, extra movement speed, plus Brody's passive, right? Whenever you auto attack them, you get that little bit of burst of movement speed. So I think that's good. The reason why Weakness Finder is not that good with Brody is because Brody's auto attack is really slow, alright? Really slow. So you try not to use Weakness Finder, I would say. Alright, so for Marksman, it's between Weapon Master and Electro Flash. Next emblem is gonna be Fighter, alright? So you can do physical attack, physical penetration, and Festival of Blood. This is also an option, but it's not something that I recommend. I have seen people do Fighter emblem Brody, but if you want to try it out, go for it. It's just another alternative, alright? But the best emblem for the way I use Brody, is Support emblem, alright? So extra movement speed, hybrid regen so you don't run out of mana, and Avarice. So every time you poke the enemy, you get 10 extra gold, alright? So that's what you want to do with Brody. I usually use Brody as a support. Marksman mid. Let's just say Marksman mid. It's your job to poke the enemy at the early stage of the game, wave clear, and then gank whenever you have to, or help out if there's an enemy invading. So yeah, that's what I use Brody. But this is the emblem that I use the most for Brody. Support emblem. Try it out. Support emblem, right? Poke with first skill, poke with your auto attack. If they're chasing you, use your second skill, use your ulti to run away, invulnerable. So it's really up to you, but you can also use assassin emblem, by the way. People that use Brody on the gold lane use assassin emblem, alright? Not bounty hunter though. So you go for movement speed, physical penetration, and you could do either high and dry or killing spree. Don't do bounty hunter. I don't think bounty hunter is good for Brody. Okay, so that's also another option for Brody. So marksman emblem, fighter emblem, support emblem, or assassin. If you're going mid with Brody as support emblem. If you're going gold lane, I prefer assassin emblem. Okay, so that's what you want to go for. Alright, so since he's a full burst hero. So I'll see you guys in the spell section in a bit. Alright guys, so here we are on the spell section. For Brody, I usually just use Flicker or Purify. So if they have heroes like Cho, Atlas, then definitely Purify. If they don't have solid CC, then I use Flicker, right? Other than that, I don't really see Brody using anything else, like maybe Aegis or Sprint. That's about it. Or if you're doing like a core mid Brody, you could do Retry Brody, right? That's the only exception. Alright, I'll see you guys on the build section in a second. So here we are on the build section of the video. The first build I'm gonna show you is more of like a support type Brody, alright? So for the boots, you could either go magic resist boots. Really depends if the enemy has a lot of poke in the early stages of the game, like Farsa, Selena, Chang'e. You want to build magic resist boots first. Now if they have a Lancelot, then you want to build armor boots or something like that. If their core is like physical damage heavy in the early stage of the game, then go for armor boots, alright? So it really depends, to be honest with you. If they have a Hilda, then armor boots. Who else? Khalid, man, that's gonna hurt, so you better build armor boots if that's the case. You know, it depends. You could also take cooldown boots if you would like, alright? If you don't want to be tanky, get cooldown boots. Your first skill is available to you more, your second skill, and your ulti. Alright, so there's 3 options for the boots. You can pick and choose. First item is Bloodlust Axe for sustain, straight up for sustain. Since you're a Brody that's mainly for poke, you're not really there for kills, you want to build Brody for sustain. And then after that, you want to get Thunderbelt. So you have that extra slow after your skill, alright? Extra slow after your skill. So when you do your first skill and then you auto attack them, it slows them down. That's what Thunderbelt does. And it deals true damage as well. Next up, Queen's Wings for more sustain and more cooldown reduction for Brody. So it's gonna be harder for you to get killed when you're really low. Alright, for this next item after Queen's Wings, it could either be Athena Shield if they're really magic damage heavy, like Harith, Esmeralda, you know, Farsa. It's very situational, but Immortality is pretty safe after that, and then Berserker's Fury. So you have, you know, a lot more poke capability in the later stages of the game. Alright, so this Berserker's Fury could also be Malefic Roar if they're really tanky. It really depends as well. So the second row right here, that's the core Brody mid build. Alright, that's the core Brody mid build. Now you're gonna be really squishy, so it's gonna be really hard to do. This is when you take Retribution at mid with Brody. I don't recommend this since Brody doesn't really have a lot of mobility. He's really easy to catch, especially if you're against Lancelot or Ling. Right? Brody's really bad at gap closer heroes, kind of like Sicilian. Sicilian is really bad against Ling and Lancelot, kind of like that. Alright, now for the next build, this is like gold lane type of build. Also a lot of, you know, damage items, and you're gonna be really squishy. So I don't suggest playing Brody in the solo marksman gold lane. You're really easy to gank, really easy to gank. So you need to play super safe and position yourself very well if you want to pull that off. For the tutorial today is support Brody, and it's going to be the first row. The build that you're going to be using if you're watching this tutorial is the first row right there. Alright, I'll see you guys in the gameplay section of the video in a second. Alright guys, so here we are on the gameplay section of the video. As you can see, I'm playing Brody with Flicker and support emblem here. Alright, so mainly for Akai, you could also use Purify here if you would like, since you cannot use Flicker when there's a Mincy, but this Mincy is going damage, so I'm not really worried about him. And I'm also worried about the Esmeralda ulti, Ling knockup, and the Farsa ulti. You can get stunned by Farsa, so I need to watch out for that. Alright, so here we go. You're gonna see me play Brody, and I'm gonna be poking at the early stages of the game most of the time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take advantage of my first skill and auto attack. As you can see, I'm trying to put as much abyss marks on this Akai, and he's already almost half health. So you want to try to zone them out. Alright, play aggressive with this Brody in the early stage of the game, because that is your advantage right there. I kind of got outpoked by Farsa and what's his name, Akai, but I'm doing really good with my first skill. Alright, I'm really doing good with my first skill right here. I know that my Baxia and my Yuzhong are gonna go here on the blue buff, and they're taking it. While they're doing that, I'm gonna try to get the Bulbasaur here by myself. Alright, and I'm not sure who takes this. I think the enemy might take this, and I'm trying to poke down the Akai while I'm at it, and I did take it. So I'm gonna second skill here. The Akai, like I said, I'm chasing. He's 1 HP. Boom, he's dead, right? So I'm gonna go for Berserker's Fury first build here, but I changed my build. Alright, after a while I noticed that Bloodlust Axe is probably better for more sustain, but Berserker's Fury gives you more poke in the early stage of the game, so that's good. Okay, that is super good. Berserker's Fury, you could also go for that if you want more damage in the early stage of the game, if you really want to poke. Okay, but you're gonna be really squishy and you're gonna be easy to kill if you're doing this this type of build. So I'm gonna gank for Chu here. Nice knockup. Baxia is gonna be here as well, and I think we might get a kill here. We almost killed the Esmeralda. Sadly, we did not have enough damage, but that's all right. We're just gonna clear with my first skill. See, the more, also it does work on units. The more units your first skill passes through, the more abyss marks it will do. All right, so it works on minions as well. Just to let you guys know, I'm gonna clear mid here, like always. So that's all you're gonna do. Clear mid, poke, harass, and use your second skill to either go to set up for a gank. I see Akai here, so I don't really want to be too close to Akai, even though he's not level 4 yet. So I'm playing it super safe, right? And I see them fighting here at bot lane, so I'm gonna go towards that direction right after clearing mid lane, alright? So here we go. It looks like my team is actually getting screwed. And I'm gonna stun Ling. He's gonna try to run away. He's dead though. So Brody's actually really good against Ling, guys. Because when Ling is on a wall and then you end up using second skill on Ling, he will go down from that wall. He's gonna get stunned. Any hard CC that happens to Ling while he's on the wall will force Ling to go down that wall. Okay, hopefully that made sense. And the good part about Brody, guys, early game, is you want to take advantage of the shield that you're getting on this gold shield, gold-plated shield, alright? Get as much gold as possible, because Brody pushes towers really hard, alright? Your auto attacks hit towers really fast. So that's what you want to take advantage of, mainly for Brody, okay? Even if you're at marksman lane, that's what you want to take advantage of. Try to push up the lane and try to benefit from the shield. And I actually get caught here, but I ended up getting away, luckily. Nice flicker from me. The hardest thing that I probably encountered this game is positioning, right? That's mainly my mistake, honestly. It's really hard to position with Brody. If you're too overextended and you're not keeping your distance, you are gonna die. Alright, I see Esmeralda getting hit by this Boxy here. And I'm trying to go close for a second skill. As you can see, I'm trying to click it, get as close as possible, but she's too fast. There you go. We're gonna dive. Second skill. Ulti. And she's dead. Like I said, as long as you hit your ulti when the enemies are in the vicinity of your ulti, even if they go too far, it will still hit them. So that's what's good about Brody, right? Even if you go too far with your auto attack and your ulti, it'll still hit them. And look at my poke. Look at my poke on this Akai. Look. Jesus. Alright, I see Farsa right here. And I actually fucked up. Yeah, I should have just went all the way here. I fucked it up. And I tried to fight this because I had no choice, because I'm gonna die anyways. And yeah, I died. I tried to outplay, cannot outplay with that. So that is my mistake. I got my Berserker's Fury. I think I go for a Bloodlust Axe after this. So we get a shit ton more damage and a lot of sustain. So let's see what happens here. Like I said, I'm just gonna be poking with my first skill and an auto attack. As you can see, I went for an ulti and that might be a kill. It is a kill, right? The more Abyss Marks you have on the enemy, the lower HP they have, the more damage your ulti will be. And look at my ulti. The ulti cooldown is very low. I do have cooldown boots, but that's the only cooldown I have. So it's super good. Brody's super good as a support role in a way. Alright, Chu kicks Esmeralda away from me, but alright. Alright, we stun Esme and we get a kill with first skill. You can see we're 5-1 and 2 in a matter of 6 minutes. Mid support type marksman Brody. So yep, this is what you want to do. You can see my crit, right? This is why you go for Berserker's Fury first. At 6 minutes you're hitting 1,500 crit. Alright, so that's what you're taking advantage of. A lot of people like to do Blade of Despair first. Look, 1,800 at 6 minutes. Imagine, ulti, paratat, dead, right? Really easy, but sadly Baxia died. I'm gonna be pushing, and I think I die here. Yep. Try not to build Blade of Despair first. The reason why is Berserker's Fury is a lot cheaper. Blade of Despair is like 3,000 gold. Berserker's Fury is like 2,300, I believe. And you're taking advantage of the crit. Even if you build Blade of Despair, you're not gonna be critting like that, alright? With Blade of Despair. And these guys are actually chasing me. And I'm trying to outplay, but it's really hard. And I think I'm dead here, I'm pretty sure. Yep. See, you see the hard part about Brody is positioning. Whenever I misposition myself, I die. So that's the hard part about this Brody. So make sure you position correctly. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Not too hard to play, honestly. Not too hard to play. We see Esmeralda going in. And by the way, you could also build Sea Halberd if you would like. It works as well. Sea Halberd, even though Sea Halberd does have auto attack, yes. You need it for Esmeralda, for Uranus and all them, alright? So make sure you build Sea Halberd if they have a lot of sustain. And Farsa's gonna ult me, so I'm gonna be forced to actually run away. Mincetar tried hooking me, but not gonna reach right there. So let's see here. So it's really hard to position for me right now since the Boxia is just recalling. And I see them doing the blue, especially this Ling, right? The Ling got kicked out of the blue, and I'm actually gonna go for this Farsa. I flickered into the Farsa, by the way, so I can get that kill to cancel her ulti, but I got traded by Esme, so nothing I could do there. After Bloodlust Axe, I went for Queen's Wings for a little bit more sustain, and like so, whenever the Yuzhong is dead, I'm gonna take the jungle and get some gold from there so I can itemize even more. I see this Esmeralda getting kicked by this this Cho, so that's good. Here we go. You cannot use your second skill on Mincetar ulti, by the way. So you need to go out of Mincetar ulti first and then second skill. Alright, this guy's most likely gonna die, so there we go. We finally killed Mincetar with the full Abyss Mark. Here we go. We're also gonna see Akai here. First skill. I'm gonna put all Abyss Mark and get a kill right there with my ulti, right? Every time I see someone with 4 Abyss Mark and they're really low, I usually click my ulti. Alright, I see Esmeralda being too aggressive here. I'm gonna use the Abyss Marks again, like so, right? Boom, right? You see what I mean? Brody, bro. Brody. This is not even full damage build Brody. This is like hybrid tank Brody. 2,500 with Berserker's Fury. So now, the reason why I'm doing Athena Shield is because of Farsa. I don't really see Ling going for me, so I'm worried more about Farsa rather than... Okay, I'm gonna stun Ling here, I'm pretty sure. Right there. And that's another kill for me, right? So 12 kills in 13 minutes with a mid-type support Brody. What an insane Brody, right? Okay, let's see what happens here. I think we're gonna get ready for the Lord here so we can end the game. But Mincetar is very, how do you say this? Overextended. So they're gonna go for that first, right? They're gonna go for Mincy first. We're gonna go for Mincy first, and let's see if this Mincy's dead. Yeah, he's for sure dead. There we go. He's dead. Now it's a 4 or actually it's a 3v5 since Ling is still dead. So it's our chance to actually take this Lord and push with the Lord afterwards, right? Pretty self-explanatory. What I'm gonna do here is give vision. Trying to just make sure that nobody's nearby. Yep, there we go. We're good. Changi uses ulti to secure the Lord. And I'm gonna get immortality right afterwards. So if I get killed because these people are focusing me, I still have a second chance to actually run away from this. And I'm actually gonna try the second skill, but he actually canceled my dash afterwards. Second skill again. There we go. As you can see. And Baxia gets baited. Get baited, Esme. Get the fuck out of here, brother. You dead. So greedy, right? What a greedy Esme. So there we go. We have 13 kills in 14 minutes. So you didn't see me back at all for most of this gameplay because of the support emblem hybrid regen, right? Hybrid regen. Even though you see me spamming skills, you never see me have mana problems until that point right there. I always had no problems with mana with support emblem. So that's why you want support emblem when you're playing like a support type Brody. So we see right here, I'm just gonna poke with first skill, poke with auto attack, clear the wave, poke with first skill. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Not so hard. Easy. I ulted actually. There we go. Stun Esmeralda. It's fine. I don't think this guy's gonna do anything to me. Esmeralda, look at my damage on Esme. Jesus. Whew. Alright, I'm actually trying to use my second skill on Ling. There it is. Boom. First skill's ulti. And I think I got the kill as well. You see, if even if Ling tries to run away, my ulti damage will follow. And I think that's it. And that is going to be GG, well played. And that's going to be your Brody support gameplay right there. Poke, harass, zone, position correctly. That's pretty much it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Like any other support. Farsa as well. You could pretty much zone people out. We got MVP with this, so not so bad, right? Right? Not bad. So that will be it for OP Brody support, this guy said. That will be it for today's in-depth tutorial. Hopefully you guys did learn something. I did 36% damage. Jesus. And I'm not building full damage, alright? Because if you build full damage, you don't need full damage. If you build full damage, you're really squishy and easy to kill. Okay? So yeah, that's it for today's in-depth tutorial with Brody. Hopefully you guys learned something. You guys liked it and enjoyed it. Even though it's probably gonna be a long-ass video. Like always, I always post long-ass videos because I always like going deeper into the game. Alright, before we go, do not forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, and hit the thumbs up. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I am out. Peace!